It's real suspicious that Somalia just complains and complains instead of taking things to the international court like any other country who is seeking justice. If they really think Somaliland is theirs and Ethiopia is in the wrong, why not prove it where it matters? In front of the international court? Going to trial would show everyone what the true facts are. They must know the international court would figure out pretty quick that Somalia occupied Somaliland. Even worse, going to court might make Somalia held accountable for the killing of all innocent ISAC people and open the ISAC genocides case. No wonder Somalia would rather push for a propaganda go to the court and get in trouble for its occupation. It's pretty obvious Somalia just wants to confuse everyone with media propaganda instead of dealing with things properly through law. They know their story wouldn't hold up if judges started asking real questions and demand evidence. If Somalia's claim was solid, why all the fuss about proving it? A lot of people assume Somaliland's quest for regaining their statehood started in 1991. That's not true. Actually, it started in 1961, right after the occupation of the Republic of Somaliland. From that very first year of occupation, the people of Somaliland resisted. Just 1 year after Somalia's illegal union, Somaliland held a referendum where the majority voted against union with Somalia. Their choice failed to be respected. Somaliland officers led by Abdullahi Congo carried out the first liberation coup attempt to free their occupied country in 1961. A group of Somaliland military officers were put on trial for treason in Somalia's Supreme Court. However, the presiding judge dismissed the charges, confirming that no legal act of union between Somaliland and Somalia ever existed.
nimankan wax dambi oo ku cabdi oo la cadeyn kara ma jiro nimankan horta ay u dhaarteen asalkooda militarigan insigeeyay dawladana sheegaysaa ay u dhaarteen annaga dawladdu ma dhaaran marka annaga waxa Soomaaliya dawladda Soomaaliyeed ee imkan xukumaysa shaqaba kuma lahayn wadankuna si wanaagsan isma raacin jurisdiction kii xuduudkii Somaliland waa laga baxay waxa la yiraahdo procedure waxa la wixii legality oo dhanbu ya markii hadii Hargeysa lagu xukumo على الأقل وحنا نروح قال إن من ميليتري جود كوكاي أما ده اللي ما يلبوا أنا قبصنا وحبنا له دون لا يكون حلو هايستا لو هي تروح إنه دين لنا هي ويجي تبع
marka halka waxa ka soo bixi karta in xitaa aanu jirin wax in sharciyo midnimo muujinaya oo xeero laba dawladood isku darsaday wax ka hadlayeen inuu jirin baa ka soo baxaysa
horta laba dawladood israacsan ma jirin ba waxaanu cadeynay dawladana leedin waa la dagaalanteen oo inqilaab ku sabab loo cadeeyo halkii joogto waa dawladda labada qawaaniin leh waa dawladda labada gees kale leh wax isku xilaabo ma jiraan ba wax qaanuuno meesha ka jira ma jiraan tijuub waa isku qaadi karaa tijuubkiina waa naga soo saaray lawyer international loo keenay wixii ba waxa cadaatay inaan case na lagu helay no case to answer baydan case nimanka lagu heli karaya ma jiro
ma isla markii maxkamaddu toos bay idin sideysimiya
maxkamaddu toos bay roosii waan kala yar dambeynaynu isla maalintii.
This has marked the beginning of Somaliland's long freedom fight. They have continually resisted Somalia's illegal takeover of their land through multiple uprisings and liberation movements over the past 60 years. Again in 1979, another liberation attempt was made against Somalia's illegal occupation. On March 13, 1979, leading Somaliland officers Raoul Mariano and Ahmed Ismail Dugs carried out an uprising aimed at reclaiming Somaliland's independence. In response, they were accused and imprisoned by the Somalia government on charges of treason for trying to end Somalia's occupation and free their homeland. Despite the risks, these officers and many others continued resisting through rebellion and underground movements, determined to eventually throw off Somalia's illegitimate rule and restore Somaliland's stolen sovereignty. Then in 1988, When Somaliland declared fighting against occupation of Somalia, Somalia's response was the genocidal massacre of the Isaaq clan, known as the Isaaq Genocide, that left Somaliland completely destroyed. It was only in 1991 Somaliland was finally able to regain its sovereignty from Somalia's occupation. However, the struggle continues today as Somalia continues pushing the narrative by falsely claiming Somaliland is seceding, when in reality it was Somalia that first annexed and occupied the Republic of Somaliland against the will of its people. Illegally diminishing Somaliland from a state to a mere region, Somalia fabricated the fiction of a unitary to legitimize its occupation.